Hi, everybody. Welcome into Tuned Into NoCo. I'm Ashlee Meehleis, and today I get to speak with the Fort Collins Habitat for Humanity Director, Kristin Candella. So first off, Kristin, thanks for speaking with me today.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Thanks.
For our listeners who don't know, can you explain what Habitat for Humanity is all about?
Oh, sure. Habitat for Humanity is a nonprofit organization that helps local individuals, families, anyone interested in building and buying their own home. So we make the home affordable by having volunteers to help to build the homes alongside the partner family and provide an affordable mortgage so that it's sustainable for them.
Now, you guys recently launched your Build the Change campaign. Can you explain what that was about?
Sure. So, as a nonprofit, it is a community-wide effort to be able to build our Habitat for Humanity homes. And so we have our largest neighborhood we've ever built at the southeast corner of Taft Hill and Harmony Roads called the Harmony Cottages. That is 48 homes. And in order to build such a big neighborhood, we needed everyone that we could invite in to donate, to lift a hammer, to get engaged, to build the change that we want to see in our community. And so we launched the Build the Change campaign right before the pandemic. Great timing to do a thing to raise the funds that would help us to close the gap on building those homes. So all 48 homes. So we launched a $2 million campaign to help us fundraise to build the homes, in addition to other kinds of contributions that make building possible.
Well, that's incredible. I read in a press release that you guys sent out that the average house now is like $600,000, and that's 23% higher than a year ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is astronomical to see how prices to buy in our community have gone up. And, that $500,000 to $600,000 kind of median price, how many people that leaves out of the opportunity of homeownership.
Oh, absolutely.
And homeownership is so important because that's how Americans traditionally build wealth. And so when people are thinking about paying for their kids' college or their retirement fund, they're frequently taking wealth out of their homes. And so it's so important that we keep those roots in our community of people who work here, being able to live here and actually engage in their community.
Definitely.
When you drive further and further away, you're not part of the community anymore.
Yeah, seriously. And you guys were working on building, you said 48 homes. How do you see this campaign helping people get affordable housing?
Well, so the campaign is really important because it's allowed us to scale up differently. So, you can't build 48 homes for $2 million. So if you're trying to do that math, I wish. That math doesn't work.
That would be nice.
The entire project is much, much more than that. But having the 2 million has enabled us to work like many other builders at a greater scale. So instead of building one house at a time, we're trying to build 4 houses at a time now. Okay. So we'll put in all 4 foundations at once before the snow flies and then be ready to raise the walls with the volunteers when spring rolls around. So it's enabled us to do it better and faster and more efficiently, like you would expect a builder to do.
Right. And you said you began this in 2020. So have you guys finished some of these houses, or are they in construction? Like, what's going on?
Oh, it's so fun to see the neighborhood. So we did start the neighborhood before 2020 and the campaign right before COVID hit. But right now, if you drive by the neighborhood, it's very fun. There are 19 homes that are closed out of the 48. And so there are kids on scooters and on the playground. And, the neighborhood's coming to life with all these colors because the doors have little pops of colors and there's white picket fences and everything's starting to bloom.
Oh, so cool.
It really is becoming this very vibrant and connected community with big porches where neighbors can look at each other and see each other's kids playing and, feel secure, and they know their neighbors. They built their houses together. So it's got a pretty special feeling to it.
Seriously.
Great place to live.
Wow. That's incredible. So aside from building houses, I noticed you guys also preserve homes and then you help families improve their shelter conditions. Can you talk a little bit more about what that entails?
Yeah, so Habitat all over the country realized they could make an impact in a variety of different ways. So aging in place, building ramps to help seniors, weatherization to make homes more energy efficient, critical home repairs. So maybe someone owns their home, but their water heater went out or their roof is leaking and they can't afford to improve it. Or buying back homes that are being sold in the market and then selling them with an affordable mortgage. So we currently are not doing all of these programs, but we have done recycling of homes, buying back Habitat homes for sale, and then having another homeowner come in and go through our entire program with lots and lots of education and then buy that house from us. Okay. So we're trying to make an impact in a variety of ways.
Well, I think you definitely are. That's amazing. If people want to volunteer, they want to get involved, where should they go?
Our website is a great place to find out about all of the ways to engage, and that is ftcollins.youtube.org, ftcollins.youtube.org. And you can find out about volunteering, or you'll find more information about the Build the Change campaign. One of the really amazing things about what's happened toward the end of the campaign, I guess we would just say there were philanthropic miracles and generosity that came from a lot of different directions, which really blew us away during the pandemic. It amazed us. And toward the end of the campaign, End Credit Union came in with $150,000 match to help us finish the campaign out. And so all donations to the Build the Change campaign are being matched between now and the end of the month.
No
so
way.
We're getting close to the end of the campaign here. And it just means a lot when we see people come in and join us. And I don't know, like me, when I donate, I love when my dollar is multiplied.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Pretty awesome thing that End has done.
So now through May 31st, people should definitely get on your website, donate, and that will help you guys a lot with this campaign.
It would help us in a really big way. And, we don't always have a match. So End doing this is pretty special. And, they've really gone all in with us. They're doing financial education with our home buyers. They're out volunteering. They're engaging in a variety of ways, including sponsoring another house. I mean, wow. It just feels good to, I think, as an individual donor, to have a corporate community-minded partner that's making your gift go further. So yes, now is the time. Anybody that wants to join us between now and the end of May, that would be a huge help.
For sure. So you guys heard that. So make sure that you get out and donate. What you guys are doing is amazing. It's making a huge impact on our community. The cost of everything is going up astronomically. So I think that's incredible. I'm kind of switching gears here, though. What's your story? How did you get involved in this? What's your background?
I love that question because the mission is really very personal to me. I'm a Colorado native, and my mom was a single parent and bought a home when I was in 4th grade. And it stopped all of the kind of moving around and going to different schools, and really became such a part of my foundation that for me, home was just it. It was that mission that I felt like was the only thing that mattered. So I've gotten to work with Habitat for Humanity for 17 years. And there's just nothing quite like it for me. I've gotten to know kiddos that were 4 when their mom built their house. And now they're serving on my Habitat board of directors and getting a degree in engineering.
No way. That's amazing.
You get to see how important that is, that a safe home becomes a non-issue. And then all that energy that would have gone to just survival can go into all these other amazing places when people have they have all this potential, but they might have been using all that energy before on finding the next rental that they couldn't afford. And so they move again. They move again, and they're worried about, the safe bus routes, or they're worried about their car needing repairs. Having an affordable mortgage that's locked in and it's never going up, it just allows people to dream differently and do differently with their lives. And I don't know, It's a privilege to work with our homeowners. They work incredibly hard to do all the things it takes to buy a Habitat home. it is not for the faint of heart. Someone puts in hundreds of hours building their home, pays that back, a no interest mortgage, does a lot of education to be really prepared for home ownership. They know how to fix their own house because they helped to build it. There's so much that goes into it that I just really admire our homeowners. They're fierce and strong.
Definitely. For people who want to get more information on getting a house through you guys, where should they go? What do they need to know?
Yeah, I think what I would say is that if you want to find out if you're qualified, please go to our website. And again, that's ftcollins.habitat.org and ftcollins.habitat.org. There's a section on how to qualify, and it includes the income range, what you would need to do. You have to have a need for housing. You have to be able to pay back a mortgage. You have to be willing to partner and do all that sweat equity. There's criteria listed there. But I think a lot of people are surprised that they might fit. A lot of people think it's for someone else. So I just would encourage anybody to look at that, because there are CNAs, and there are teachers, and there are bank tellers, and there are retail workers, and there are administrative people. They're frontline workers that are qualifying. So we select about once a year right now, but looking at the information today would be a great way to get started.
Awesome. All right. Well, is there anything else you want our listeners to know?
We just can't do it without you. It is expensive to buy a home here. It's expensive to build, and you really do change lives permanently. You can change the entire trajectory of a family's life by getting involved in Habitat in whatever way you can. So thank you in advance for supporting the families at the Harmony Cottages through the Build the Change campaign or by volunteering.
Well, Kristin, thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Thank you.
All right. If you guys want more information, you heard it, you can visit ftcollins.habitat.org.